Hello and welcome to the show. Today we are on Forza Horizon 3 with the Nissan Titan. Although these ones are living up to their name a little bit better than normal. You see, there is a rather peculiar bug with the Titan. When you give it some custom wheels, for whatever reason, it adds on a horrendous amount of weight. And that means that these vehicles weigh 18,000 pounds each. That is 8 tons-ish, and that is 2,000 pounds heavier than a Gurkha. Yeah, that is a silly, astronomical amount of weight for a Nissan to be dealing with. However, they don't have a completely stock engine. No, it is fully modified, which means over 800 horsepower and almost 1,500 torque, so it can still move along at a relatively decent rate. Now, we were just going to go racing with these, however I had a slightly better idea. While the rest of the field is going to be in their Titans, as it's now nighttime and snowing for the start of a FailRace video. Fantastic. I am going to be in this. I've got a little Polaris. This is an almost completely stock Polaris. The only two differences, I have put it on the snow tyres, of course, because we're tackling icy stuff, and I'm giving it a manual gearbox because I prefer controlling my gears. I know the CVT might technically be a little bit better, but I prefer having a proper manual. So, yeah, that's the only difference. It's 110 horsepower in my Polaris. It weighs about 1,500 pounds, and I am going to be racing against and trying to survive against these monsters. What could possibly go wrong with all of that? Yeah, gonna see how it goes, and fingers crossed we don't immediately die. Now, for this first race, I actually got everything set up beforehand. We're not going to be racing in a blizzard for the opening round. Give me a little bit of a chance to see roughly-ish where I'm going. Interestingly, actually, this has got about the same PI as the Morgan. I think Morgan was, what, 555, and this is 558? So, fairly similar PI. I think I would much rather have the Polaris for bouncing around in the snowy weather. Also, I think it might fare a little bit better against the Nissans. Can't imagine the Morgan would be very pleasant in this race. It's going to be pretty damn terrifying, though, when I'm in such a tiny, tiny vehicle against these monsters that will simply swap me out of the way. Although I do have a rather nice advantage. So, me starting at the front of the grid is kind of... It's the best thing for me in that I know I get off the line very, very well. Terrible news for the Titans because they don't start particularly well. As you can imagine, it is a lot of mass to get moving. They have to have incredibly short gear ratios. So I've got to try and make the most of my time here at the front of the field because once they get up to speed, they're going to be, closing down on me, and that's not going to be a pleasant experience at all. In fact, I'm already terrified. I can see many headlights in the rear view mirror. Now, I have the acceleration, undoubtedly, but I lack the top speed of the trucks, which is, not the most sort of prevalent thing around this track. There are a couple of longer straights, though. Here, for example, this is where we're going to be losing time to the giant Nissans. Got to keep an eye on them in my rear view mirror. The problem is, I am very much playing a game of see a Nissan, dive out of the way of it, because if it decides it's coming through like this one here is, I cannot fight that. I cannot fight that, because if I get bumped wide, I'm just going to be flung into the wall. So I would rather run wide on my own terms and keep myself in control. Like that, for example, we lost a place. I can deal with losing one place. I would rather do that than try and argue my point. I didn't know which way the truck was going to go. We will sneak our way down the inside. I got a massive boost from the pink Titan. I'm going to try to go around the outside there. Not quite going to work. But almost managed to duck our way back underneath. I couldn't quite make it happen, though. Now, this is where we do have some speed if I can use it. I can put my 100 horsepower down to the road better. I can use the acceleration of the Polaris. We will clear the yellow truck. Use the slipstream, and these things are going to be cutting a big enough path in the air, I think, for me. Just follow that thing. Follow that thing up the hill, and I'm much nicer handling at the top of this hill. We can, be easy flat out around there. We can probably be easy flat out through this next corner. I've got to be aware the yellow truck is going for that inside, give him plenty of space, which we will, and we get past all of that quite nicely. I suspect we're going to get dive bombed up the inside here, although Actually, he ran a little bit wide on the exit of that corner. That has helped me out. You see, we can dive into that corner like a madman. We have got the acceleration up the other side to just about get away with it, and by taking that dive, that line, is actually quite difficult for the Titans to do much about me, which helps me out. It just keeps me out of trouble in this race, and that is the most important aspect as we go up alongside the Pink Titan for the lead. We will grab the position. Nothing that he can do. Really what the Titans need is a couple of trucks hanging around. Oh, bugger, he is going up that inside. I'm just going to stick to the outside, try and get that acceleration down. I actually stuck a little bit. I keep thinking that's a tighter hairpin than it is, and it really isn't. I still get a good run out the other side of the corner, though, as it's side by side. Yeah, the Titans need to have sort of 2 or 3 of them side by side. That would make my life very, very difficult. As it is, I can fight with one. Ugh! Although, if one fights back, I'm in a bit of bother. We got marshalled a tad wide. And, yeah, that's not so good. Oh, we're going to get dive bombed by a second. Oh, he just got that stopped. Well done for not ending up in the back of me. It'd be very easy to end up in the back of the Polaris. See, down here, I can just go... I'm flat out into this first part, and I know the Titans can't do that. It might make me a little bit slower off the second part, but it stops me getting dive bombed by the trucks anymore, which I think is slightly more important. It looks like there is a hell of a battle going on in the rear view. In fact, if we get rid of... There we go. Make it a little bit better to see quite what shenanigans are going on behind us. Can I do anything? Again, I'm going to find myself in a really similar situation here. It's around turn 1. We're up the inside for the first part, but the Nissan is still there. I'm going to have to give him space. Might compromise me slightly through here. Still fending that off. And that does mean now that I can cover the inside. Oh, I was expected to get turned a little bit more than that. Apparently not cover the inside there. Although, once more, the acceleration is going to kick in the Polaris. Can we win the drag race up the hill? We will get ahead of the Titan. Can I hold on to it, though? Oh, that's not a sight you want to see on the final lap, really, is it? Right behind you, because this is where the Nissan is quick. This is where the Nissan does have the big advantage on me. Is he going to dive to that inside? Yes, he is. I'm going to take that wider line. Try and get the acceleration. Oh, this is going to be a close finale. It's going to be a very close finale. I really want to cut back to the inside here. Yes, that's what we want to do. Take an alternate line. We're both going to crisscross. Is he going to be able to get up the inside of me? I don't think he is. I think I might just have the acceleration to make this one work. It was a hell of a battle at the front. Is he going to out-drag me to the line? Not quite. Polaris taking victory here. Oh, and there's a spinner across the line. That was a great race. That was a fantastic race for the lead right there. I only got bumped around a little tiny bit in all of that. Whew. And that was with, you know, the pretty sizable advantage of me starting on pole and having the acceleration to get away. I did run a little bit wide. This is just a truck finishing backwards. I did run a little bit wide at the not-so-tight hairpin. I could have been neater there, and that would have made it slightly... I say slightly safer for me. You never know what might happen. In racing terms, the Polaris survived round 1 and would claim a victory in the process. But can it repeat that feat when it doesn't start on pole? Our next race will take us to the Satellite Pass Scramble, a rather interesting technical course. Hey, I got myself again. Again, quite a nice grid spot. That is going to be helpful, although I think we might have a bit of a longer run down towards turn 1. I don't know whether a longer run into turn... Okay, maybe... might work out quite nicely for me. Yeah, they're just about going to be getting up to speed, I think, as we come into these first quarters, which is... Yeah, I can't quite get as nice and far clear as I would really ideally like, and we're going to have vehicles all over the back of us. Oh, bugger, that's a nice patch, and I've been bullied. Forgot about that bit. Yeah, when we hit a nice patch, it's fine for me to try and deal with, but when the Titans hit a nice patch, no, get off the snowbank, we're fine. We're fine. Nothing very terrible nearly happened in all of that. We're going to have to give them space, and now we get a lovely look at the back of a racing truck, basically. I love how the spare tyre feels at least bigger than my Polaris on the back of that. Oh, I might be able to sneak up the inside here. Oh, that door's going to close very, very quickly. Yeah, going to have to be wary and give the Titans their space. Again, it's just a fight I can't win. not going to win a contest between the two of us with a little bit of bumping. So I've got to live and fight another day and make the most of my vehicle where it is fast, like through a corner such as this one. The grip is incredible through there. I can just chuck it in almost flat out through there. Use the banking of the corner and we will get turned. Although now we have the acceleration of the Nissans, the power of the Nissans really, propelling it to that higher top speed, and it is going to be flat out, I think, for everyone around there. Although Titan a little bit more on edge. I'm running out of speed. I've run out of gears, really, in my Polaris. There's another truck that is coming to join in the fun. I think there might have been some missed checkpoints going on, because there is very much now three of us at the front here having a fight. The rest of the field much further back. Now, where can we go? If we stick a high... Not sure a high line is a good one around there. You kind of can avoid the ice from going further out wide, but yeah, you end up being quite slow through the corner anyway. That's an interesting one to have to try and deal with. We've got a good run up here, but it's where do I find the pass? Can I sneak up the inside here? I think I possibly can, although having done that I caught the bumps awkwardly, and yeah, being bounced into the side of one isn't helping me either. Got to really pick and choose your moments. Maybe if we wait, I'm too far back to have a go at the inside here. Also, it's a way too fast to a corner because the Titans are nearly flat out as well. I think that kind of bowl hairpin almost might be my best bet, but I'm going to be a little too far back maybe. We will have to wait and see. I mean, we're certainly on a level with these vehicles that we are racing against. It is surprisingly competitive, surprisingly well balanced between such bizarre cars, even if we have got a huge gaps going on in the field. Yeah, I can close up so much through that hairpin, but I'm not close enough to really pounce. And then, you know, they make the gap down here. I throw it at the checkpoint and nearly end up the wrong side of the course. That would be a very, very dumb way to go. Jump our way down here. All of us are actually okay with that. I wonder if the Titans might have issues with, you know, so much weight clonking onto the floor, or me having issues being so light with a big jump, but apparently not. Oh god, there's a gear in there somewhere that we want to be in. Right, we're going to go for the higher route. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to make any difference. I mean, I'm not getting caught out on the ice, and I guess it's probably safer to be out on that part of the course. But I'm equally not in a real position to try and get a pass. We might have the run up this hill, though. We are going to be stuck on the outside. Can I get ahead before the corner? Yes, indeed I can in the Polaris, although the Titan is likely to close back up again through this next section. Yeah, the Titan is very, very quick at this, up here as well. Ooh, I've got some understeer going on through there that I wasn't quite prepared for. Oh, bugger. Are we going to be far enough away? I think we might... I've been looking in the mirrors a lot in this. I'm spending a lot of my time, again, you know, Titan watching, making sure I'm not about to immediately die. Where is that one going? I can't take my line that I want to, really. I want to take a wider turn in, but there was a vehicle over that side of the course, although he's tried to follow me. He's tried to follow my amount of speed into that corner, and it just doesn't quite work. You can't quite take that level of speed into a corner, and now we've got a blizzard. Pretty sure I guess I didn't set the time to fixed or something, so we've got just rolling weather conditions, and we're back to having... There is no visibility at all here. I'm glad I vaguely know this circuit, because otherwise I'd be in trouble. I could see exactly where Nissan is wanting to go. He's not going to make the... Oh, he is. I'm very, very surprised. I was just thinking I was going to throw it back to the inside and get past easily. Wasn't expecting that manoeuvre to work for him. Well done. Get that pass to stick. We're going to still... there might be a way on the inside as well that you can get through that is a little bit quicker, avoiding the ice. But we are again same place, same manoeuvre, just outdrag the Nissans on the climb up that hill there. I've got the acceleration to do it. Can I stay far enough ahead on this final lap? I know he's going to be quick. Oh, no, I should have left it in. I should have put it back down into fourth when we started getting bounced around there. That was not too much fun. There is a corner somewhere coming up here. The corner somewhere around about there. There we go. And, oh, the truck's behind. I think both of them have ended up in the wall, in fact, behind me. Makes my life that little bit easier. I got that bit of margin, and now I don't have to worry about sort of cowering on the inside. I didn't want to, last lap around, I didn't want to take the outside line that I had been taking, because, well, the Nissan is always going to dive to the inside. So I had to take a compromised line, and they can seriously compromise me through these corners. if they can get themselves in the right place, and provided I don't really start. If I start at the front, I tend to get a big advantage initially and get myself out of trouble. Also does help me when all the Nissans get involved in strife further back, and we can run away a little bit. We're going to take victory number 2. 2 out of 2 for the Polaris. The rest of the cars come flying through. There were some quick Titans further back, but whatever kerfuffle went on early had given me enough time to get away. So quite an entertaining battle for the lead in all of that. Well, the Polaris had been doing pretty damn well when it comes to the circuits. However, what about driving down the side of a mountain? I find myself in the midfield-ish for the next grid. Might be able to make my way to the front before the first corner. It depends how narrow, and if they do a good job at blocking me. I don't actually quite know which way the first corner goes, so I'm not sure where I want to be. If we can kind of sneak our way here, might be good. It is a good start from my Polaris. Oh, that was very, very narrow. That was very narrow indeed, but we have made it work, and we are going to go to the outside. Oh, outside of everything. That's a wall. Ow! I've been eaten. I've definitely been eaten in that one. I'm amazed I didn't get forced through the wall or glitched through the floor in that crash, because that hurt. That one hurt indeed. That would be a very, very squished buggy in all of that. There's some ice coming up. Lead on the Titan. In fact, I didn't have to. Titan ran quite wide on its own. I do fear I'm about to get torpedoed. No, the orange Titan backed out of it, probably quite wisely. Am I going to be able to... This part of the course is good for the little buggy. Unfortunately, I've probably made a dumb decision in getting stuck out here now. I'm going to have to go the long way around. Again, some more vehicles. It might... Ah, there's no space. No space for a buggy there. More leaning on. Leaning on a Titan. But, oh god, the bumps are a little bit horrible. Where are they going to come across? Oh, I don't want to get eaten by a wall again. Ugh. Well, that's a little bit of a hurry-up bump, thank you. No, don't make it 3 wide. 3 wide is not going to end well for anybody. Well, okay, I say anybody. It's me it's not going to end well for. Let's be honest here. We have very much been bopped around in all of that. I need some clean air. I was liking the clean air when I was only racing 1 truck at a time. This whole racing 2 or 3 trucks is not fun. And now we're lacking a little bit in terms of straight line speed. I'm hoping though that we can maybe make up a place or 2 with these tight twisty corners that are coming up. That is my sort of thing. Not that I can really see very much behind these trucks. Visibility is limited to say the least. I don't really know where the checkpoints are. It's so easy to miss a checkpoint when you've got a truck ahead of you. Ooh. Again, I didn't even see where that... I should have looked at the mini-map. I didn't even see what way the corner went. I was just guessing at the speed the Titan was taking it, and, well, he was taking it way too fast. So, that didn't work out for me. That's not good. Because that was probably my big chance, really, to make up some time. Taking out that tree won't have helped. Looks like a fairly straightforward run to the finish line. That is not good news. Yeah, it's not good news at all for the Polaris. We shall make it wide. We shall make it very wide so that the 8-ton truck cannot find a way past, but I'm not sure we're quite going to be able to make it wide enough. Oh, the finish line is approaching. Don't find a way past. I can't do anything. I can't stop it. No. Damn it. One corner I was completely blinded by a truck on, and it costs us a chance at a podium. Disappointing. As there's another truck. You've not quite finished again. You've not got the hang of that one. Well done. We can't really have a video at Blizzard Mountain without taking on the Snow Park cross-country course. It's just too much fun not to go racing around. I do have quite a lot of work in front of me, actually, starting well down the order. The track, certainly in places, should suit the Polaris. It is quite a technical circuit. However, oh god. However, we could get ourselves into trouble trying to find our way past these vehicles here. Because, while yes, it is technical in places, like these banked corners might actually work for the Nissans in keeping up their speed. And it is narrow. And me trying to pick my way through the field, I might have the car speed, but I might not be able to pick my way through the field quick enough. I don't know where on earth they're going. There is some exploring up ahead. That is 16 tons of Nissan going exploring Thankfully, I was too far back for them to actually come and eat me. Uh-oh, I can't see a thing. Oh, there's ghost cars, and that's really not helping matters in any way at all. I'm stuck on the outside. I've got a screen full of Nissan, and I think there is a track somewhere in all of this. Please save the buggy. I'm alive. I've come out the other side in 8th, not even 8th. I've accelerated away and going to get a lot of positions before. Somehow, out of all of that, I'm into 4th. Yep, this is not going to go well, though, on the landing, I fear. We're fine. We're fine. That was scary. Can we not do that one again? I did not like being eaten by many, many Nissans in all of that. We are, though, out the other side, a little bit of clean air. Relish in the clean air, because it's not going to be long until we're in a fight again. And as soon as we end up in that, we are going to probably have the similar issues, especially if they're fighting one another. Makes it very difficult for me to do too much about getting past them. I think like turn 1 and certainly around here, I'm a little bit faster. I don't have the the big acceleration advantage as much, and it helps when they're fighting each other as much as they are here. But it's out this final corner. That is where the acceleration of the Polaris really does come good. They're just too... maybe they're not. Maybe it was just a giant squabble that was causing us all issues here. Go on, aerial overtake. Aerial overtake on the Titan. Not going quick enough. Not going quick enough at all. But the problem is now they're 2 wide. Where on earth do I go? If I try and get 3 wide on the outside, that's a long way for a little buggy to go round. So I can't really fit anything there. Maybe if I can get back to the inside at this turn, we can pick one of them off. Yes, looks like we have. Up into 3rd place. Now, if 1st and 2nd are clever, they could actually make it very difficult for me. If they have sort of a little bit of teamwork almost, they end up fighting each other, basically, I will have a really tough time. Provided they don't make any mistakes, I'll have a tough time figuring out a way past, which it does look like. I've got to be careful. You saw exactly what the red truck just did then. If they sort of squish me against the wall, I'm not going to survive that very well. So I've got to be really mindful of putting my car in a place whereby it can get squished. This is into the final lap. I forgot how short the laps were around here. Probably should have had a couple more. But nevertheless, it has still been an exciting race. I am right in contention. Can we make this here? The gap there that's going to disappear. Oh, I thought I could sneak through. That was exactly what I was talking about with the whole can't go for a gap. And I tried it and it didn't work. That is why. It's not me being a coward. It is just genuinely sound advice. Although in the fight for that 1st place, they've slowed each other down enough that I am revigorated. I am back in this one. We've got one place where we can possibly make a pass stick. Bump into the back of the Titan. No, that's probably cost me any chance at this one here working. Fling it round the final corner. Use that slingshot effect of the banking. It's not quite going to be enough. It might... no, I remember to change up. It's not quite going to be enough. That was a great race, though. I did get eaten slightly at one point. That was a manic opening lap. Such a bloody good racetrack, though. And, yeah, we have to settle for a 2nd place. But I'll take an exciting race over an easy victory any day of the week. The Titans are, well, crazy, really. As you would imagine, the Polaris, quite good fun to race in amongst this field. And well done for everyone keeping it relatively clean when you've got such monstrous vehicles against such a tiny little thing. I only got eaten big time a couple of times. No real massive destruction of the Polaris, amazingly, in all of that. However, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.